Now we are going to discuss the quadratic equation and how to split by factorization. That this thing you have already done in class 10th and in chapter number 2 and in class 9th also, but this is little different. So this example particularly, you see that here root 2 x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 equal to 0. So in such questions you have to apply some logic of your mind, that how you can split the middle term. So normally you see that a is your root 2, b is 7 and c is 5 root 2. So your step 1 that you always do is use a into c you do. So this becomes your 10, a root 2 into 5 root 2, so this is 10. So now your middle term can be split it that way, that you can write this as 2x, and that can be written as 5x, because 2x plus 5x is 7 and product is also this, and this is 5 root 2, this is equal to 0. Now you can see, if you take common, then you are going to get common as only x, but root 2 is fine, but this 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2 x, and this is fine, 5x plus 5 root 2 equal to 0. We have to do this way, otherwise we will not get the common factor. So now you can see root 2 x is common, so from here this is x, and from here it is root 2, and you take 5 common, so here x plus root 2 equal to 0. So in such questions where roots are there, you have to apply this kind of logic so that you get the common factor. So this can be written as root 2x plus 5, and this can be written as x plus root 2, this equal to 0. So you have splitted, and you have to find the zeros. So zeros, first 0 will be root 2x plus 5 equal to, take 0, or you take x plus root 2 equal to 0. So from here x is going to be minus 5 upon root 2, or from here you are going to get minus root 2. So this is how you have to split. Now this fifth part, you see this is 100x square minus 20x plus 1. You can see this is a minus b whole square, so you can do the splitting also. This 100 can be written as minus 10 and minus 10, so this way you can do, or you can apply the identity also. So this is your actually 10x minus 1 whole square equal to 0. So you can write that 10x minus 1 equal to 0, and you can see that x equal to 1 by 10, or you can see from here x equal to 1 by 10. So in this case we say the roots are repeating. Now come to this question number 4. Find two consecutive integers, sum of whose squares. See this sum, first you have to do the sum, but you have to do the square first, squares, and then do the sum, and this answer will be equal to 365. So two consecutive integers, will assume let two consecutive integers be x comma x plus 1. So as per question, according to question, you see you have to do a squaring of these two numbers, x plus 1 whole square, and this sum is going to be 365. So we'll simplify x square, this is x square plus 2x plus 1 equal to 365. Now this is 2x square, this is plus 2x, and this will become 364 after bringing it here. So 1 will be this will be minus 365, and this is 1, so this is going to be 364. Now you see 2 common, so take 2 common, x square and plus this x, and this will be 18 to this, and this equal to 0. So 2 can be brought down, so your equation will be x square plus x minus 182, this equal to 0. Now we have to use the splitting method. Now we can do the factors like this, 182, 2, 13, 7, 1, and you can see 14 and 13 can be the middle term splitting. So this 14x minus 13x minus 182 equal to 0. So you take x common, so this is x plus 14, and this is 13 you take common, so x plus 14 this equal to 0. So one of your answer will be x minus 13 equal to 0 and second will be x plus 14 equal to 0. So x equal to 13 and from here x equal to minus 14. So now we have to see whether these answers will satisfy or not. So they will satisfy. So x, you do the minus 14 and 13. So this is minus 14 square and one more number x plus 1 will be 13. So this is minus 13 square. So this is going to be your 365. So this answer is acceptable. And here also 13 square plus 14 square is going to be 365. So it means this answer also acceptable. Now see question number 5. The altitude of a right triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. If the hypotenuse is 13 centimeter, find the other two sides. So you see, we'll make a right angle triangle this way and see what is given. Hypotenuse is given 13 and altitude means this is your altitude. So this is 7 centimeter less than its base. If I take x as the base, then this altitude will be your x minus 7. So you will write, let the base be x centimeter and altitude be x minus 7 centimeter. So you know that we can apply Pythagoras theorem in this right angle triangle. So it will become 13 square equal to x minus 7 square and plus x square. So Pythagoras theorem is that hypotenuse square equal to perpendicular square plus base square. So we'll simplify this. So it will become x square plus this x square minus 14x and plus 49. This is equal to 169. So this becomes 2x square minus 14x and you bring this side. So it will be minus 169. So this will be minus 120. This is equal to 0. So 2, you see 2 can be taken common. So better you always take common, then you do the splitting method. So this will become x square minus 7x minus 60 equal to 0. So this time I have not shown you that 2 is taken common and brought it down to 0, then it will become 0. So you can just do yourself this time. So splitting 60. So 60, you see what can be the splitting numbers. So this very small number can be thought orally like this: x square minus 12x and 12 5 ja 60. So this is minus 60 is equal to 0. So you are going to get x minus 12 plus 5 x minus 12 is equal to 0. So your answer, one answer is going to be minus 5, which you cannot accept because length cannot be negative, and then second answer will be your 12 centimeter. So you can see your one length, this is 12 and this will be 5, and you can verify that your this Pythagoras theorem is getting satisfied with x equal to 12. So it means this answer is correct. Now come to this question number 6, the important type. A cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed on a particular day that the cost of each, means one article, was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day, and the total cost of the production on that day was rupees 90. Find the number of articles produced and the cost of the article. So we can start from, let the number of articles produced in a day be x and cost of each article. We'll emphasize on this statement. Then the cost of each article was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. So on a particular day we produced x number of articles, so it means the cost of this will be 2x plus 3, and this is in rupees. This is the cost. So you know that total cost is always equal to number of articles into cost of each article. Cost of each article. So that way you can find the total cost. Total cost is given to you 90 and number of articles are x and cost of each article is 2x plus 3. So we'll simplify this. This will become 2x square plus 3x minus 90 equal to 0. So you have to simplify this, and so you do the middle term splitting. 2 into 90 will be 180. So 2x square, this can be written as 18x minus 15x minus 90 equal to 0. So you take common, this will become 2x common. So x plus 9. From here you take 15. So this has to be 15 and this has to be 12. So I'm writing this statement here again so that you can see it very clearly. This is 2x square plus, you can write this as 15x minus 12x minus 90 is equal to 0. So now 2x square, you can see the factors that you can take common is you take x common. From here you can take x common, so it will be 2x plus 15, and from here you can take 6 common, plus 6 you minus 6 you take common, so it will be 2x plus 15 equal to 0. So your one factor will be x equal to 6 and second factor will be x equal to minus 15 by 2. So you can see your this x cannot be negative, so we'll accept x equal to 6. So your x equal to 6, you can verify your answer after putting the value of x in this equation.